The episode begins with Victor Newman standing silently in front of the newly rebuilt Newman Ranch. The lights from the mansion illuminate his troubled face. Nikki Newman, dressed in an elegant gown, steps up to him and gently touches his shoulder. "Victor, you did it. This is a new beginning for our family," she says, but her eyes cannot hide her concern. Victor smiles slightly, but does not reply. In his heart, the painful memories of recent losses still haunt him. The new Newman Ranch is not only a symbol of recovery, but also a challenge to anyone who dares to confront the Newman family. "Nikki, I did not build this place just to look at. This will be our fortress. And I will not let anyone destroy it again," he affirms. But as Victor turns to go inside, a mysterious shadow lurks among the nearby trees, watching his every move. Sharon Newman's mysterious disappearance. Meanwhile, at Society, the New Year's Eve celebration was in full swing. Nick Newman walked in with a pensive look, his eyes scanning the crowded room. He had arranged for Sharon Newman to be here, but she didn't show up. His calls were unanswered, his messages unanswered, and he felt a sense of anxiety rising in his heart. Unexpectedly, Mariah Copeland burst into the room with a pale face. "Nick, where's Sharon? I can't reach my mother," she asked urgently. Nick tried to stay calm, but when he saw Mariah, his anxiety grew even greater. "She said she'd be here. It's probably just a small matter. Don't worry too much," he reassured, but deep down, he knew something was wrong. Not far away, in an abandoned warehouse, Ian Ward stood before Tessa Porter, who was tied to a chair. Ian, with a cold smile, looked at Tessa like a prey. "Do you think you can run away from me forever?" he said, his tone full of sarcasm. Ian laughed out loud. "Mariah? That girl couldn't even protect herself, let alone save you. But don't worry, you're not the main target. I have someone else to teach a lesson." With that, he took out his phone, and on the screen appeared an image of Sharon Newman lying unconscious on the floor. Jordan and the attack on Sharon. In the flashback, Jordan appeared in a deserted alley. Sharon, on her way to Society, was stopped by him. "Jordan? What are you doing here?" she asked, surprised. But before she could react, he quickly pulled out a bottle of sleeping pills and attacked her from behind. Sharon fell, unconscious, and Jordan dragged her into the waiting car. Back at Society, Nick received a call from Ray Rosales. "Nick, something's wrong. We just found an abandoned car near Newman Ranch, and I think you should come here right away." Without hesitation, Nick and Mariah drove to the scene. The car was abandoned near the main gate of Newman Ranch, but what made them both shiver was a familiar shawl belonging to Sharon lying on the back seat. Nick clutched the shawl in his hand, his eyes filled with worry. Sharon was here. Someone took her away, he whispered, determined to find out the truth. Meanwhile, Sharon woke up in a dark room. Her head was aching, and her hands and feet were tied. Jordan stood before her, a sinister smile on his face. "Good evening, Sharon. I'm sorry to do this, but you should know that this is all your fault." Sharon looked at him with a determined gaze. "Jordan, you don't need to do this. If there's anything wrong, say it. We can work it out." In the final seconds of the episode, Nick and Mariah followed the trail to an old barn. They stood in front of the door, the noise from inside made them both hold their breath. Nick looked at Mariah, his eyes determined. "We're going to get her back?" The door swung open, and the light from Nick's flashlight fell directly on Ian Ward's cold face. "Welcome to the party, Newman," Ian said, and in his hand, a phone showing a picture of Sharon being held elsewhere. The episode ended with unanswered questions. Did Sharon escape the danger? Could Nick and Mariah rescue her in time? What are Ian Ward and Jordan really up to? A mysterious fog hangs over the Newman family, and viewers can't help but look forward to what happens next. Subscribe to Yonder to stay up to date on the latest news on our channel. The Young and the Restless has never disappointed fans when it comes to delivering dramatic stories, unexpected twists, and tumultuous relationships. In the episode airing on Thursday, January 2nd, new twists were revealed, continuing the unfinished stories from earlier in the week. With central characters such as Victor Newman, Sharon Newman, Nick Newman, and Mariah Copeland, viewers can expect a series of shocks and intense emotions. Victor Newman officially announced the new Newman Ranch, surprising not only Nikki Newman but also fans. After the events and losses that the Newman family has experienced, the reconstruction of Newman Ranch has become a powerful symbol, affirming Victor's strength and determination in maintaining the family empire. However, this event is not only fun. It also raises potential concerns about the conspiracies surrounding the Newman family. Can Victor protect his family and fortune from the ever-lurking enemies? In the past, Abby Newman and Devin Hamilton finalized their wedding plans. As two beloved characters, their love story was a bright spot amid the drama's tension. However, longtime viewers know that all happiness on The Young and the Restless is not easy. Internal conflicts and outside conspiracies can threaten this wedding at any time. Sharon Newman confronts Phyllis. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman enters a tense confrontation with Phyllis Summers regarding Phyllis's affair with Nick Newman. Sharon and Nick were once a golden couple in the eyes of fans, but betrayal has caused this relationship to crack beyond repair. The confrontation between Sharon and Phyllis is not only a fight for love but also exposes the deep conflicts between these two strong women. Can Sharon stand her ground, or will she be drawn into a spiral of secrets and betrayals? Jack Abbott and the Jawboat Crisis. While the Newman family faces its own storms, Jack Abbott must also deal with a major crisis at Jawboat. The Abbott family business has always been a battleground between personal relationships and business ambitions. As the head of the company, Jack must make important decisions, even if it puts him at odds with family members. Victoria Newman hides a secret. Victoria Newman, another strong woman in the Newman family, is keeping a major secret from her partner Brad Carlton. This secret could shake their relationship and have serious repercussions. Victoria is known for being in control, but is this secret too big for her to hide? Shocking discovery and dark conspiracies. Back in the January 2nd episode, Nick Newman makes a shocking discovery. Initially, fans assumed it might be related to Sharon's mysterious disappearance from society. But things get more complicated when Mariah Copeland meets Ian Ward, who is holding Tessa Porter hostage. Is Nick the one who uncovers this shocking truth? Or will his discovery open up another story involving dark conspiracies in the shadows? One of the most dramatic highlights of Thursday's episode was the appearance of Jordan. This character, with unclear motives, targeted Sharon Newman. In Monday's episode, Jordan attacked Sharon from behind with a sleeping drug, leaving viewers in a state of utter confusion. Is Jordan planning to kidnap Sharon, or is this a plot to finish her off? If Sharon can't attend the New Year's Eve celebration at Society, will her loved ones, especially Nick and Mariah, be able to find out the truth before it's too late? The fate of Sharon Newman is becoming the center of attention. As a key character in the show, Sharon is not only a victim of conspiracies but also someone who is always ready to fight for what she loves. However, this time, her enemies seem to be too strong and calculating. What can fans expect in the next episodes? Can Sharon escape the danger on her own, or will she need help from Nick and Mariah? With increasingly intense plot twists, The Young and the Restless continues to affirm its position as one of the most beloved TV series. Complicated relationships, dark secrets and tense confrontations promise to bring the audience unforgettable experiences. In the dramatic and unexpected context of The Young and the Restless, the feud between Jordan, Ian and the Newman family has reached its climax. The haunting presence of Ian Ward and Jordan Wilde always keeps viewers in suspense, but their dominance is difficult to maintain for long. Recent developments have raised big questions about the future of these two villains, especially when the Newman family begins to interfere more deeply in the story. Jordan and Ian, lone wolves versus the Newman family. Jordan and Ian have proven themselves to be formidable opponents with their sinister plots and skillful manipulation. However, the Newman family is not easy to subdue. In particular, Victor Newman, the unbreakable wall, is a character that everyone must be wary of. Victor's fierce love and unconditional loyalty to his family have made him a symbol of strong protection and resistance. Victor, for all his cunning and power, is not only a ruthless businessman but also a father who will do anything to protect his family. Ian and Jordan may have been calculating, but any plot to hurt the Newman family will be foiled by Victor's iron will. Nikki Newman, the heroine who stands up. However, this time, the fight is not just Victor's. Nikki Newman, Victor's strong-willed wife, will step up and take the lead in what could be his final showdown with Jordan. Nikki has long been a complex character, both strong and vulnerable, with past pain and failure making her more profound than ever. Nikki and Jordan's feud is more than just a rivalry, it's also deeply personal. Jordan, with his elaborate games, has caused a lot of pain to the Newman family, and Nikki feels this is her chance to put an end to it all. She's not only fighting for herself, but also for the loved ones she cares about. Can Nikki end it all? The biggest question now is whether Nikki can finish off her worst enemy. Unlike Victor, Nikki not only uses power and strategy, but also the intense emotions of a woman who has been hurt. This makes her confrontation with Jordan all the more exciting. Jordan, played by Colleen Zank, is a complex character, but some fans are starting to feel like her arc has reached its climax. After a series of dramatic confrontations, it seems like Jordan's character is coming to an end. Nikki may be the one to take the scales of justice, not only to free her family but also to show the audience her true power. Ian Ward, the final piece. While Nikki's focus is on Jordan, Ian Ward is still a threat that cannot be ignored. Ian's subtle manipulations have put the Newman family in danger, and no one can predict what he will do next. However, if Victor and Nikki join forces, Ian will have a hard time escaping the punishment he deserves. The end of an epic chapter. The story of Jordan and Ian, while dramatic and compelling, seems to be coming to an end. But it won't be an easy ending. The Newman family, for all their complexities and deep love for each other, will stop at nothing to ensure that the threat posed by Jordan and Ian is completely eliminated. Viewers of The Young and the Restless can look forward to an emotional and dramatic final showdown, where their favorite characters will shine and prove that loyalty, love and determination always triumph over lies and ambition. Colleen Zank's stellar performance as Jordan left a lasting impression, but as her story draws to a close, fans will be waiting to see if the writers give the character a fitting send-off. Meanwhile, Victor and Nikki Newman's performances continue to demonstrate why this family has been at the heart of the show for decades. In the world of intrigue and revenge on The Young and the Restless, Jordan continues to be the center of attention with her never-ending plots of revenge. But the question is, can Jordan escape forever, or is it time for her to pay for everything she has done? Jordan is a formidable villain, with the ability to turn the tables and use any tool at her disposal to achieve her goals. After her repeated returns and continued suffering, many are starting to wonder how many chances she has before she truly meets her end. Her constant return to exact revenge on the Newman family and those who once stood against her has created a wave of drama, but also put pressure on her to find a satisfying ending. Jordan has caused a lot of damage, from holding Nikki hostage, causing her to relapse into alcoholism, to attacking those close to Victor and Victoria. She is a character who is not afraid to use violence and manipulation to achieve her goals, and this makes her an unpredictable threat. Who will be the one to end it all? Given Jordan's complicated personality and past, many viewers have predicted that one of the central characters will be forced to confront and end her journey. But who is the best person to carry out this mission? There is no denying that Nikki is the most likely candidate. Jordan has deeply hurt Nikki by exploiting her greatest weakness, alcoholism. This action not only hurt Nikki physically but also caused great emotional pain. Nikki has chosen to forgive and let Jordan live in the past, but this time, she may realize that ending Jordan is the only way to protect herself and her family. If Nikki is the one to carry out this mission, it will not only be an act of revenge, but also a moment of liberation for this character. She will prove that, after all, she is not just a woman who was once weak, but also a mother and wife who is willing to stand up for her family. Victor has always been a tireless protector of the Newman family. With his experience and coldness in his decisions, Victor could be the one to end Jordan if it ensures the safety of those he loves. However, if Victor carries out this mission, his actions will be more strategic than emotional. This will be a strong warning that anyone who dares to touch the Newman family will suffer the consequences. Victoria and Cole can also be the replacement characters to eliminate Jordan, especially since they have suffered a lot from her. If either of them stands up to confront and take down Jordan, this will be the moment they affirm their power and role in the Newman family. In addition to the Newman family, Sharon, Phyllis Summershay, and even Nick Newman are all characters who could potentially confront Jordan. Depending on how the plot develops, one of them could be forced to do this under duress. This would be a huge shock to the audience and highlight the complexities of the relationships. The biggest question is whether Jordan will actually end up 6 feet underground. This depends not only on what she did, but also on how the other characters react and confront her. If Jordan were to be eliminated, it would be an emotional and dramatic moment, marking the end of one of the most memorable villains on The Young and the Restless. However, the plot could also go in the other direction, with Jordan being arrested or forced to face the consequences in some other way. This will open up opportunities for other characters to shine, but also ensure that Jordan's story is properly wrapped up. Regardless of how Jordan's ending plays out, viewers can expect dramatic, surprising, and emotional moments. The Young and the Restless has always had a way of delivering twists that will leave viewers in awe, and Jordan's story is sure to be no exception. Jordan's fate is up in the air. Will Nikki step up to end things, or will another character take on the role? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, this fight will leave a lasting impression on fans.